Market cycles and what the hell happens once in 10 years. This is today's videos from Brand New Price. Keep watching, keep listening, and you will get to know quite important information, both quite broad and specific at the same time. So you can use it for your trading based on your own decision, and we will show you how we benefit from long-term market cycles and what is happening right now. What is so special about this video? I think it's very valuable because in 2 or 3 minutes you will see exactly which commodities are very hot, which are hitting 10 years or even 15 years minimums, and how you can trade these minimums, and what our thoughts about these market cycles are. A bit of psychology on top of that, as well as very specific trades, but always make sure that you make your own decisions and make sure that you understand that this is not specific directed investment advice. This is just my personal and our personal opinion, my personal belief. It may not be true, but it's based on my experience, so I would like to share these thoughts with you right now. Alright, so let's just head into it. Commodities concerned today are very basic commodities such as coffee or cocoa, oil, corn, livestock, gold, silver, platinum. Basically any commodity that is considered to be needed for everyday's life, and we cannot really do without it, and we cannot really imagine tomorrow's world or even world in 1 or 2 years without this commodity. So I would consider it a very basic commodity and very necessary one for us, for everybody. Not everybody, somebody doesn't eat meat, somebody doesn't drive a car, so I would say for vast majority of us, not everybody, but almost everybody. So let's jump onto or switch on to the second slide. So large market cycles is something that I would describe such as a cycle that repeats itself over again in a lengthy or large period of time. In practice, this would be 2, 3, 4, 5 years. So every commodity is speculated on, is traded up and down, price always grows and falls. That's pretty obvious. But what isn't so obvious is that even though the markets and prices are manipulated by various hedge funds or big market players, and farmers have very hard life selling and buying stock, buying their produce, for example, but that's topic for another video. The point is that no matter how many good or bad news there are, and no matter how many times or how strongly the price is manipulated, it always has its own bottoms and tops. I also like to trade tops, but we will focus on bottoms, and I will tell you exactly why. Because when you consider a very basic commodity such as oil, gold, corn, rice, sugar, anything that's needed for everyday's life, and we can presume the consumption will be at least the same in 2 or 3 years, it really has a fixed, doesn't have to be fixed, but it really has a bottom. You can't really say that oil can realistically drop from $67 to $10 or $5. It can very shortly fall below 50, but it can't really realistically stay at $20 per barrel more than a couple of months, let's say. Same goes for corn, same goes for cocoa, sugar, and rice, and all basic commodities. Gold can be a little bit more speculative. Nevertheless, when you look at 25 years chart or 20 years chart, it always bounces back and always creates higher highs after hitting rock bottoms, low points. So these very specific situations occurred or are happening right now when you take a look at coffee and sugar. In my opinion, consumption of coffee will not drop within 2, 3, 4 years, and obviously there are news of overproduction, massive production, Brazilian currency vs US dollar. That is very obvious that there have to be news to push the price down, because my friend comes to me and says, all right, listen, there are so many news pushing the price down. You should be very careful. This bottom may not be formed as soon as you think. And I'm like, okay, but there is a very good reason why price is so low and why general public pushed the price down and big players pushed the price down, why it got manipulated and so on. So this is usually a very good point for entry towards the upside. And even we might not be at the very bottom, in my opinion, always the downside is very limited and upside is quite unlimited. Let's take a look at very specific examples as promised. Okay, so this is chart of coffee over last few days, and we'll switch it on to longer time frame. This is from August 23rd, so that's a month or so, and we will go to longer time frame. And as you can see on this chart, whenever price of coffee touched 100 or lower, or around price around 100, 110, 105, 112, this is the lowest point, 98, it always recovered very quickly, bounced back and made pretty significant highs as well. So in my opinion, this is the time to buy, and it's time to jump in, and it's time to take a ride in coffee. We will recommend pretty decent brokers, and that would be plus 500. We will show you links in description once we've got the article published. So you can trade coffee, you can trade sugar, which is pretty much exactly the same case. 1, 2, 3, 4 very large market cycles. This is 10 years graph. Okay, this graph is worth of 10 years of trading, and whenever sugar got close to $10, 11, 12, well, this was $18, but this time 10.6, 11.5, and now it's 10.6 or 10.6, $11. It always recovered and always jumped very high. So this is very limited downside and rather unlimited upside. But again, this is not an investment advice, it's my opinion. Now let's take a look at the IQ option, because this is my favorite platform. This is where I trade a lot, and silver is exactly the same case. This is an hourly chart, and I will zoom out onto larger charts. So let's jump onto daily, and let's see what happened in silver. As you can see, it's pretty, there has been a very significant drop from $17.2 to 14.1 14.15, and these are my pending orders to buy silver. I would like to buy at least 3, 4, 5 trades here, because this is not just random clicks. It's pretty planned, because it is aligned with this absolute low from December 2015, or 2015. We will zoom out even further to take a look, and this is where we are in silver. So I recommend using IQ option because it's a very safe and secure platform. So should you wish to buy silver, this is, in my opinion, a very good spot to enter, very good position to enter. I could go on and mention a few more examples. For example, I can take a look at some stocks. Deutsche Bank, in my opinion, is not going to be sacrificed, and at this very low will recover, or in my opinion will recover at least. So we will see how it does, and you can drop a line and leave your opinion as well. And you might also check out Snapchat, which is at $9.7. People believe that it's not able to monetize, but when Twitter was $13, $14, everybody believed that Twitter wasn't able to monetize, and it jumped to $40. So I like to go against general public. I like to getting, not always good idea, but when you think it through, like let's say consider the necessity of the commodity, the market cycle, any other factors that you might consider, in my opinion, it is a very good idea to start trading and entering trades. So good luck to you, and please leave me a message, leave us a comment below, and we'll see you in the next video. Take care, happy trading, goodbye. So it was binary price.